Hello there. Yeah, it's just a video about what I'm planning to do within the next 4 weeks, and basically, um, well, most of us know what's going on in the world in Ukraine, and it seems to be that I've got more links to the Ukraine um, than most people have, which is quite surprising, really, because I never thought I did have any of those links to the Ukraine. Um, it's just fairly recent. I was just looking through a little bit of family history, and I kind of stumbled across a somebody I didn't know about. My grandfather on my father's side was literally originally from Belgium, or so I thought, and I kind of thought he was from kind of the old, maybe possibly Soviet state, etc. But I didn't realize his brother, so it's going back kind of 2 generations, was actually from a village in Poland called, I'll put it on the screen, I probably mispronounced it, but basically, he, or rather the people from that village, which is only about 250 people-ish in that village now, um, were from a village called the same name in the Ukraine. And literally they were chased out, hunted out. They had to go across to Poland to escape the situations of the time. So it appears that my grandfather then moved to, or made his way to Belgium, settled in Belgium for a while, then moved across to the UK, and that's where basically predominantly the family's from the UK. But going back a couple of generations, it looks like it was from Poland. But the only thing is, this relation of mine was then taken to Auschwitz as a political prisoner, I believe, or basically someone who wasn't a big fan of the German regime at the time. Let's put it that way, and but unfortunately died in Auschwitz. So what I'm going to do is to do a little bit of a trek. I don't know if I'll get to the other part of it, but I'll do my best. Basically, I'm getting the bike ready for about in 4 weeks' time. I've already booked passage across on the ferries, etc. And I'm basically going to do a 1,150 mile trip straight from Cambridge all the way through to Auschwitz, or 4 miles away from Auschwitz, where I'm going to have some sleep. I'm going to do that in about 23 hours non-stop. So that's the plan. So 23 hours from leaving Cambridge all the way through to basically Auschwitz, or 5 minutes away from Auschwitz. Then what I'm going to do from there is visit Auschwitz. It seems that, I actually need to now. So I'm going to do that. I've booked myself on a sort of a tour, but one way you can just wander off and see it for yourself, because I've never been into tours, and I do already know a lot about Auschwitz, and mainly because of the interest in the places I like going, such as anything to do with YPG, First World War, all that kind of thing, what happened in the second. So I've got a bit of an interest in it, but I don't want to be tour guided around. I want to see it for myself anyway. So that's where I'm going first stop. Second stop, I'm off to Prezov, basically a place where I've been before, but this time I'm going to have a proper look around, maybe for a few days. And so I'm going to see a little bit more of a place I like in Slovakia. But it's a big but. It depends if I can get away from there to the original settlement, which is in the Ukraine. I doubtful I'll make it that far without being stopped, turned around, or even if they let me pass the border. But I'm going to try. So there we go. I'm just going to give that a try. So the next section is to go to Bratislava, have a little bit of a look around in Bratislava before heading into Munich, and then hopefully the trek back to Calais and then back to Cambridge. So it's another kind of 7-day whirlwind really, but I'm giving myself a little bit more time than I did with my previous escapade, which is on this channel, which I literally was racing through Europe just because I wanted to see if it was possible, but also I was out trying to outrace the storms on the last journey of it, which hit last year, which flooded a lot of the places that I visited. So this year, hopefully no storms. So yeah, there's the plan. There's the thing I'm going to be doing. Hopefully it all goes to plan. Hopefully the old Japanese wonder bike is going to stay in one piece, stay together, which I'm sure it will do. And I'm going to be able to do the entire trip without incident. Hopefully there's going to be some nice kind of surprises on the way, meeting different people, different places and so on. And that's what I'm doing. So next is getting the bike ready, which you'll see in a minute. I've just started to do that. I do need to do a few things to it, which I'll explain in this next segment. So yeah, that's the trip. It's surprising. It's surprising the links going back to these countries. So literally the links are, if I can remember right, we have obviously British through to Belgium, through to Poland, Ukraine, Latvia's in there somewhere, and so is Russia. So there's a lot of links to go through, and it seems that potentially I have more skin in the game than so to speak, than most, and more reasons to do, to be behind the freedom of a certain country than most, and also, the reasons behind why I'm doing this than most, rather than just a sightseeing trip, which was kind of more of my last one. My last one was literally throw a pin in the map and go to these places, but this is a bit more of a reason. So it was a bit of a shock and a bit of a revelation and a bit of a surprise all in one. So anyway, here's a little bit about the bike anyway. So just going to get it ready and I'll keep you informed in my next video. So anyway, bit about the bike, but once you've seen that, thanks for watching, and I'll keep you informed and we'll see how we go. I'll catch you in a bit. See you. Bye-bye. Okay, so I'm just in the middle of stripping the bike down, getting it ready for another little bit of a tour. It's a nice day actually. Another little bit of a tour in through Europe, hopefully in the next 4 weeks, but it's just needs a little bit of maintenance, to be honest. This is my Honda and it gets neglected simply because it's just so reliable. So it's literally sorting out and cleaning up the rear end, the front end, making sure everything's correct, and then just going to touch in any little bits of paintwork or bodywork that needs to be done due to its kind of long distance travelling. It's got a lot of stone chips, a lot of marks on it, but nothing serious. So yeah, just working on the rear, the brakes, all that kind of thing at the minute, and getting it ready for another trip. I mean, the bike's done a lot of miles, so it's kind of worth doing at the moment because it's just ultra reliable. It's very clean still for its amount of mileage, amount of abuse this bike's done, but it's, you know, it's a Honda. I've still got some of my kit which is on the seat there, which was from the last trip, and including not very nice food in the back. I think it was some old crisps and all that kind of thing. So just having a look at the brakes and usual things like tyres, security, radiator, make sure all the LEDs, external lights work, and then looking down the side of the bike, just making sure that everything's fine. So it's going to take me a few hours. You can see some of the paint starting to come off of the cowling here, which I'm going to redo today. And I may have a minor or very slight, not sure though, weeping fork seal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change that as well. You know, other than that, for the mileage it's done, and the amount of travelling this bike's done, it's pretty decent. It's been on some horrible rough roads, it's been dirt tracks, it's been everything you can think of. I'm kind of just tripping over my tyre changer here at the moment, so yeah, I'm just going to crack on with it.